Welcome today to the Slava Snow Show, the world's most foolish family show ever. So the Snow Show, I'm sure most of you have some information about it, but the Snow Show was last in Toronto about 20 years ago. And since 20 years ago, it's been presented nearly 8,000 times across the world and accumulated over 20 international awards. It stands now as a universal theatrical classic. Many people in the world compare the Snow Show to something like the Nutcracker ballet, something that just doesn't seem to ever go away, and that has endeared the audiences, the hearts of the audiences, literally across the world. What Snow Show has that's quite unusual amongst any other of these family shows is that it really brings every adult of every country, of every culture, back to a state of reconnecting with their childhood dreams. Slava believes firmly that as a clown, the clowns, such as his traditional clowning, is a healing clown. Right from the origin of time, the clowns were compared to shamans in the beginning. The clowns were the healers of the community that were able to talk to the gods, to the mysterious and conscious worlds, and translate it through performance and makeup to the rest of the tribe. So in many ways, Slava thinks that his clowning allows people to reconnect with that inner child dream that they had, and that once reconnected, we tend to suffer less from the ailments of being an adult. And all of this show has that capacity and has proven it over and over again all these years, from Saudi Arabia to Brazil, from years on New York to 10 years in London, across China and across all of Asia, obviously in Russia where Slava is himself a living legend, and all across Europe. The show has been coming back many times to many of the cities. Toronto, unfortunately, we haven't had the chance of coming back here as often, but I believe now that we're back this time, we will be able to make Toronto part of our world touring from now on. You will see this at the end of the show, there is something that happens that no other theatrical experience in the world, to my knowledge, has. It really turns all of the audiences into a state of catharsis. You see the expressions of the audiences literally change. You have them come in the theater stressed after a day's work, and not really knowing what's going to go, what's going to happen, what they're going to live, and at the end, you see them, celebrating, in a real great spirit of tenderness. That tenderness, that collective feeling that happens at the end of the show, and which leaves people not wanting to leave the theater. In fact, it sometimes takes us an hour to get rid of the audiences, and because in a way the show itself, the clown is an anarchist in a way, a happy anarchist, and they don't really respect the normal conventions of anything. And so one of the things they don't respect is, the end of the show. For them, there is no end. There is no difference between the stage and the audience. And all of these ways of defying the conventions bring to the show a true spirit and livelihood, a freshness that remains until now. None of the clowns in this company are actors. Nobody is acting.
That's terrible stage fright.
Yeah. They're all authentic fools. Slava, this is Slava's son, so Vanya, he's been performing since he was a child for the last 30 years. And all of the other clowns that we have in this company, none of them are trained. None of them come from school. They're all authentic fools that are on stage, that behave on stage the same way they behave in real life, which makes it a bit complicated sometimes to manage these two. So you essentially expect to feel and to experience the full range of human emotions that run through our psyche, from loneliness to joy, from friendship and love, your human relationship to the universe, everything that we all have inside of us, Slava has staged without a word, without a single word, simply with body and eye movement and all of the staging and the effects that come out into the audience, and that's turned this into such a spectacle. So essentially, I'd like to invite you, perhaps now, if we're ready, to enter the theater, and we'll give you a glimpse of a part of the show, and I trust that will help you understand what I put in words. You will feel for yourself. Wishing you a very foolish Christmas.